key of Aaron. Today I'll be doing a guitar lesson on Ed Sheeran's acoustic version of his song I Don't Care. And we'll be going over the chords and how to form them, how to switch between the chords, and then we'll also be going over the rhythm and the finger picking. So if you would like to skip to a certain section of the lesson, look in the description below and I'll have some timestamps down there. I'll also post the acoustic version that I'm going off of for this lesson. First off, we're going to go over the chords within the song. And this song uses 4 chords. Those chords are G, E minor 7, C sus2, and D. And then after that, you'll go back to G within the progression of the song. So to form those chords, we're going to use the 1, 2, 3, 4 fingering system, which is used to identify which fingers to put onto your fretboard. So the first finger is your pointer, second finger is your middle, third is your ring, and fourth is your pinky. So to form the version of the G chord that we'll be using, you're going to place your fourth finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. You're going to leave your 3rd and 4th strings open. You're going to put your pointer finger, your 1st finger, onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And this chord utilizes all the strings. So if you want to strum the full chord, you can start from the low string and strum downwards. Now to move to E minor 7, all you have to do is move your 2nd finger from the 3rd fret of the 6th string over to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And again, this chord utilizes all the strings. If you want to strum it, you can strum from the 6th string all the way down. For your C sus2 chord, you're going to keep your 1st string, your 2nd string, and your 3rd string. You're going to keep them all the same. You're going to lift up your 2nd finger and your 1st finger. Put your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And if you want to strum this chord, you can strum from the 5th string all the way down. And the last chord will be your D chord, which will use your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. And you can start your strum from the 4th string and strum all the way down. And of course, you're going to go back to G within the song. Now we're going to move on to talking about the finger picking. And in order to finger pick the song, you want to designate certain fingers of your plucking hand to certain strings of the guitar. So first you want to use your thumb to play the bass note of each chord. And the bass note will change within the chords. For now, we'll talk about putting it on the 6th string. And we're going to practice this without any chords being formed, just to get the plucking hand used to the physical aspect of playing. So thumb on the 6th string, and then pointer on the 3rd string, and then middle on the 2nd string. And you can go ahead and pluck all of those at the same time. So thumb, 6th string, pointer, 3rd string, middle, 2nd string, same time. And you never want to really move away from that other than the bass note. The bass note will change depending on what chord you're playing. In the song, you're going to alternate the bass note and the high notes. So alternate with, for now, we'll alternate the 6th string first, and then the 3rd and 2nd strings second. So thumb, and then pointer and middle. Thumb, pointer and middle. there's a certain rhythm to this within the song. I'll be using a 16th note count to identify which divisions to hit the rhythm on. So the 16th note count is 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, and your plucking will hit on one of those divisions. So your first pluck will be on the beat 1, and this will be your bass note. So let's go ahead and play the 6th string on beat 1, so 1. On the of 1, you're going to pluck both the high strings together, the 3rd and 2nd strings. So 1 E and ready, and 1 E and Lastly, on the and of 2, you're going to pluck those 2 high strings again. So ready, and 1 E and 2 E and. And then within beat 3 and 4, you're going to play that same thing, just starting on 3, playing on the of 3, and playing on the and of 4. So I'll demonstrate that. Ready, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and And you can skip back a few seconds just to practice that rhythm. Now we're going to put our chords into the rhythm that we just did. So first on the G chord, you're going to play that same thing we just practiced. Your bass note is going to stay on the 6th string. So ready, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and you're going to play that for 2 measures. So I'll demonstrate how long 2 measures is. So ready, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Then you're going to move over to E minor 7 and do that same thing for 2 measures again. So just from E minor 7, we'll practice that a little bit. Ready, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Then moving over to your C sus2 chord, your bass note changes. So you're not going to play on the 6th string with your thumb anymore. You're going to play on the 5th string instead. So I'll demonstrate that. This C sus2 will last for 1 measure. So ready, and C sus2, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and then right after that you're going to move over to D, which again your bass note will change. Your bass note changes from the 5th string over to the 4th string. So I'll demonstrate just that D chord. Ready, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and you're going to move back to G for 2 measures, the same way you did it at that first chord. So ready, and just on G, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and So putting that all together, this is what it'll sound like. I'll do it kind of at a slower tempo first, and then I'll kind of speed it up the next run through, so you can practice both. So starting from the beginning of that whole rhythm, ready, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and E minor 7, 3 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and C sus2, 3 E and 4 E, D, 3 E and 4 E and G, 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and So just speeding that up, this is what it'll sound like. Ready, and version of I Don't Care by Ed Sheeran. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment box below. If you enjoyed the video and if you found it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.